Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 33. Look around, look around. What can you see? We have a new set. New 2026, new year, new us, new set.
Watch this space here though for the
Yes.
new logo.
Not quite finished yet, but yeah, we're saving that little creme de la creme there for the big unveiling. Yeah, but first guest of 26, Liz Kamel. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, great. It's awesome to have you on. Now, you actually replied to an ad I put out.
I did.
I didn't think it would actually get any response. We've done one once before and we got no hits, and then I did one for TikTok and I got laughed at by a whole bunch of people, so I removed
Did you?
it. Oh yeah, no, it was all right. That was a shitty one that we did.
Who?
Me and you.
Yeah, but who laughed?
I don't know.
Oh,
Some
we're gonna
internet
fucking.
troll.
We've got someone that can help track them down now.
But no, it's all right. But no, I mean, you know, we put the ad out and somebody took the call. So hey, it's great. It's good to
Yeah.
have you.
No, it's great to be here. So thank you.
Yeah, no, awesome. And just give us a quick summary of who you are and what you're about, and then we're going to get into our Seggy, and then we'll get into the story.
Sure. So I'm Liz,
Yeah.
and I am a business owner. I live in Moreton Bay, and I'm a coach and a mediator, and soon to be family dispute resolution practitioner. So I discovered pretty early on, I would say, in my childhood that I was pretty good at conflict, coming from a very high conflict household, that I decided to practice conflict resolution for a living. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Nice. And you have a personal story too.
Yeah, so long story short, I live with a very rare stage 4 cancer. I was given a terminal diagnosis, and I've really just beaten the odds. I've had numerous surgeries. I'm on my very last line of chemo, so if this doesn't work, then I've essentially got nothing left. And I found, this has been almost 8 years now. So I was diagnosed when I was 31. And, when you get told you're going to die, I think time really sort of slows down and you reprioritize, what is the meaning of life. And I've decided in the last almost 10 years now that relationships are really, really important. And that's where I've really invested my life up until this point. And as I said, I think it's also made me very bold and resilient, and it made me think about, I've lived past a terminal diagnosis, so life should be an adventure, find your vibe, find your tribe, essentially. Find the people that you really, gel with, look after people, don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
That is important.
It's pretty easy tactic to life,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But we still find ourselves sucking at it, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do.
And I
Yeah.
still find a lot of them out there.
Exactly, because you want to be that person that when you leave the room, people say good things about you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I struggled with that a lot growing up. Like, I was a real people pleaser in my early days, and I struggled with not being liked and needing to be liked and needing to be wanted or appreciated, or
Yes.
all of the above, all the people pleasing attributes. Like I had them,
exactly.
and a lot of people do, because I think it's that need for that seeking of validation from others.
Yes.
But I think as you get a little bit older, we were talking about this the other day. It's like, no, I just don't care anymore. But it's not the fact that you don't care anymore. It's the fact that you've actually become more comfortable with who you are.
Exactly.
And then the caring becomes less.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm still not comfortable with who I am, but I've just got to the point now where I'm just mentally drained from bullshit. It's really now.
Yeah, but see, now you're just comfortable with that, It's not that you don't care. It's you're becoming more comfortable even with just being who you are.
It definitely feels like I just don't care.
That's
It's
right.
just like,
You've gotta-
you don't like me? Well, fuck
I
off.
I don't know if you've seen Ricky Gervais's latest stand-up. Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
And okay, well, he was saying essentially that, you know, you have to care what people think because that stops Grandpa from soiling himself and traipsing around, you know, the lounge room with shit everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got to care to a certain point.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah. So I think also another thing is keeping busy. If you're so busy, you don't give a fuck about what people
No,
think.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's
That's right.
definitely true.
That's it.
That's,
That's it.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's just less and less caring.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Anyways.
on that note, what are we doing? We are going to release the segment. What ripped your undies, Dino?
What ripped your undies?
There it is.
There it is, by the magic of editing.
Isn't that what we're going to do?
Well, we're going to try.
Well, well that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Well, anyway, can you play it though? Or we haven't got it.
No.
Do we have it?
No, it's all right. Dean's just going to, with magic
No,
of editing.
no. If
he's
Dean's
gonna
got it,
overlay
we're going to play it because Liz likes it. And I want
I
her to
love
have
it.
the full What Ripped Your Undies experience.
Oh,
It
All
will
right,
make
we'll
my
keep
day.
talking and then I'll do it again. And then I'll do it again. You just let me know. Oh, okay.
yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got it there, Dean? Go on. Yeah, well, give me a moment to think about mine.
Yeah, I know. I'm still. I mean, you said you've
I've
got
got
one
mine.
lined up.
I've
yeah.
got mine. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
We can start with Liz.
Oh, 100%. I'll give you. It's like at the dinner table at the restaurants. I'm always the last person to go because I'm just like, oh, what do I want?
Yeah, still
This is how I'm doing.
deciding.
Yeah, I'm still deciding which path I'm gonna go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got the little
Yeah.
the seal that's spinning
Yeah,
around?
absolutely it is. And I've got the elevator music playing in my head as well. I'm just trying to keep myself.
Not Jeopardy?
Nah.
Whatever one. Just play one of them, man.
Is it?
Just play anyone.
Our guy who does our audio is a drum and bass DJ.
Oh,
So
wow.
we have a lot of drum bass audios.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
What ripped your undies?
There you go.
Whoa, that was loud.
Yeah. There you go.
That
All
was
right, all right.
good,
Sorry,
all right.
sorry to keep the folks
Sorry
waiting.
for people who couldn't hear that.
Yeah, that's all
That
right.
was
that's all right.
What Ripped Your Undies. Liz, take it away.
Well, my husband said, "Don't go all rogue, Liz. Tone down the language." And I said, "Fuck that.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate fucking rude cunts."
Yep.
I was driving on the highway today on the M1, going to an appointment, and there was this car behind me just completely up my ass, forcing me to go above the speed limit. So I was driving, and then I was just like, you know, waving, like, "What are you doing?" Then I gave him the finger,
Yep.
and then he overtook me and gave me the finger. And then I was thinking, okay, all right. Well, I hope when you get home and you turn on Friends and you make your little charcuterie board, you choke on an olive.
Yes. Yes.
That's what rips my undies.
Yep. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can contest. I had one of
can
those on the
relate.
on the highway coming back from up Sunshine Coast the other day, and she was so far up my ass,
Yes.
and I could visually I couldn't see
You could
her
taste her.
headlights like on her car. Like,
Like,
she
what are you
was like,
doing?
I got 2 kids in the car. I got my wife. You know, and I'm starting to get real mad, like real mad, and I'm just like. In our brand new car, I'm like, babe, I'm gonna brake check her, and she's like, no,
Yeah.
don't. I don't want my car.
Put the hazards on
I
and
don't
just
want my
brake.
car
absolutely.
smashed up, but she looked angry.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was her passenger
Yeah.
that was making her angry. Like there was something going on in the
Right,
car, and
okay.
I was just like, so I got my wife to call the police because I was like, she wasn't just doing it to us, she's doing it to everyone, and I was like, man, this chick is gonna cause an accident, or you know, somebody is gonna brake check her.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's not gonna be as patient as I.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
was going to do that, put my hazards on and go,
Yeah.
beep, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's for me now. Like I'm just like Goose Fraber.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
The movie Anger Management with Jack
yeah,
Nicholson.
yeah, and
Sandler.
Adam Sandler, yeah.
Goose
Yeah.
Fraber. Yeah, I always remember. I'm just like, breathe. Okay,
Yeah.
fucking breathe.
That's a
yeah.
good one.
No, so I totally. Yeah.
You know what the worst part is though is that
I mean,
they'll kill someone else.
well, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Won't
not
be
them.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was hoping that the guy would just choke on an olive at home.
Yeah.
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 I hope if you're watching, stay away from olives.
Or no.
Or no,
Down the whole
have a
fucking
jar. Have a swig.
Yeah.
I hope when you're
Yeah.
dying, you get cramps. No,
Yeah.
you won't because it'll be.
Make it a pickled onion
Yeah,
instead.
pickled onion or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about you, mate? What's ripped your undies?
Oh shit! You put me on the spot today, actually, because we discussed we weren't going to do
Yeah.
it with the guest,
Nah,
but,
but
she wanted it,
Yep,
so
the guests get
here
what
we
they
are.
want on this show. It's their show, so
Here we are.
here we are. What ripped them?
When you can't go in the complex pool because a child took a dookie in it,
Oh,
I have a story actually. Do you want?
so
Can
that
I
ripped
sh-
my undies.
Yep, fair enough.
It happened a couple of weeks ago, but it still fucking was
It's-
annoying.
it's-
Yeah,
Can I interject with a story?
yeah, go for it.
please.
I don't want to make it all about me, but,
No. But
it
kind
is.
Kind of is.
It is. You're the guest.
Let's
It's
be
all
honest.
about you.
So back in my early 20s, before I went to police academy, I was doing beach and pool lifeguarding. Pool lifeguarding, what a joke,
yeah.
really. And this kid took a dump in the pool.
You're literally
And-
just a glorified poo extractor. At that point.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's exactly it.
and it was not hard enough to scoop with the big scooper.
yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting in.
Oh, shit.
So like, took my gear off, went in, didn't wear goggles, of course. So I went in the water, scooped it all out, got conjunctivitis
Oh,
and a
no.
yeast infection.
Oh,
All after the one day. It was
Oh,
disgusting. But yeah, they had to flush out the pool.
Yeah.
It was gross. Never doing that again.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
No. No,
Anyway,
I
so
wouldn't-
to
wouldn't recommend that.
so to all the kids that are watching, don't shit in the pool.
No.
Yeah, well, they're
Actually,
not
if you
on-
are watching, what are you doing?
I mean, kids aren't allowed on social media anymore.
Oh yeah, actually that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but half of them still
Yeah,
are,
I know.
so-
Look,
Most of their parents are telling them how to, evade the, the security protocols or whatever.
I haven't even come across that yet.
Man, it's like telling a 12-year-old boy not to look at your dad's dirty porno magazine. I mean,
Yeah.
you're always going to.
You're gonna find it.
You
You're
know,
always gonna have a
You're
look.
always going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always ways around.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right. That's right. All right. So let's crack into it. Oh no, what rips you undies?
Oh, I'll tell you what fucking ripped my undies. Employers not being loyal to their loyal employees.
Okay.
Yep. So not naming names, it's definitely not my work.
Okay.
But
Just putting that out.
just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I love my job. Yeah, just not sticking by your employees when shit gets tough and everyone in this scenario believes that what was done was right, and they fucked him over. And I'm fucking spewing, man, and I've got like secondhand anger, but probably
More so. Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, I'm probably because it's someone that you care about. You know that it's also Anyway, that's just ripped my undies, and if the people that are watching this know what I'm talking about, and especially the work, which they won't, fuck you,
Yep.
bastards.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
that,
go.
I hate not loyal people.
And how good are the mic stands now?
Yeah, I did a good job.
I think you did a good job.
I went all Japanese on it.
Yeah.
I got the chisel out and
Yeah, fucking bit
Notched
of craftsmanship
it?
there. Bit of craftsmanship.
yes. it's what I do.
Microphones have been a contentious subject through the last 32 episodes.
Okay, all right.
So
They're usually hanging off the table.
I think they're pretty good.
I think we're doing all right now.
Yeah.
I think we're all right.
We're looking
Did
more.
you get them from the Valley? From DJ Super? Is it DJ Superstore?
Where did we get?
Don't know.
Oh, the.
The mics.
I don't even know. Dang.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, there we go. Even
Thank
better.
you, guy on Gold
Random
Coast
dude.
Marketplace.
Like a random guy.
That's it.
All
All right. Well, let's get cracking.
Let's crack into
I've got a
it.
feeling we've got a very informative episode. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
a cracker one. The energy was good as soon as you came in,
you.
but quickly, guests have to lift their game now.
Ooh.
They do. They have to lift their game. Liz baked us a New York cheesecake
Oof.
with ice cream and whipped cream.
Oh,
and the kids are gutted that we're not cutting it yet because they're going to be in bed.
Oh,
Suckers.
You're a very mean dad. I would have just like caved and gone, oh, here you go.
Nah. They can't get what they want all the time.
no,
Good
that's
dad.
right.
But I said,
Good dadding.
I'll save you a piece for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll save you a piece for tomorrow.
sliver.
Yeah, I'll save you a sliver.
Yeah, sliver.
That's nice. That's
Sliver.
good.
But now, let's do it. Let's
All
get
right.
into the nitty gritty.
Okay, Liz. So take us back. Take us back to like a sort of late teenage Liz, sort of rediscovering life and
God, you don't
and
wanna go
where'd you
there.
start? So you're a wellness coach. You're a wellness resilience coach.
Yeah, resilience coach.
Yeah, and you have your own company now.
Correct. Yep. Sidelines
And-
Advisory and Consulting.
Yeah.
And I do apologize to my guests. I am very professional and polished, but I know that this forum is a very open
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
non-judgmental space that
That's
loves
right.
Real.
colourful language.
Yeah, oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And I'm all about colourful language.
The algorithms hate us, but we don't care.
So
Yeah.
what do we
So-
say? Fuck the algorithms.
Yeah.
That's not why we do it. We do it because
And
we just love
Roblox.
doing it.
Fuck
Yeah.
Roblox.
Yeah, fuck Roblox too. That is the big one.
Yes,
Fuck
I don't allow.
Roblox.
I'm very old school. My husband and I, because he works in cybersecurity, very old school parenting,
You'd know all about
where
it.
we don't allow our kid, because we've only got one and done. Like she's got an iPad, but we barely let her use it. She's got no apps.
We're the
We're
same.
very analog
same.
parents.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife was playing Monopoly with the kids when I left tonight.
Great,
Yeah.
excellent
Yeah.
parenting.
So that's the sort of stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's jump back to the start. Let's take us back to the start. So
God.
you mentioned you went to Egypt. You're in Egypt.
Yeah, so going back a very long time ago, so I went to police academy
Okay.
after I did my master's in policing, intelligence and counterterrorism, and was going to join the AFP,
What
so
got
the
you into
federal
that
police.
actually?
Ever since I was a child, so I grew up in a very news dominant household. So my father was a clinical psychologist, my mom was an accountant, but she should have, to be honest, been a fashion designer because she could make anything. And we had a long commute because I went to school in the bush, and so back in Sydney, and we would always listen to the news. So I wanted to be a foreign correspondent. And so I was really passionate about global conflicts, and it was, in the 90s, there was Rwanda, there was Somalia, the Gulf War.
Yep.
So ever since I was little, I could remember a conflict, and I was always passionate about global affairs to the point where, because my dad would work very long hours being a consultant psychologist, that I would think watching Darren Hinch at night, that was dad on the TV. Because dad had a massive beard. And I was like, Mum, Dad's on TV. And Mum's like, no, that's Darren Hinch. Your dad's in the office. And anyway, I just, had a passion for foreign affairs. So that's what I studied, and then did my master's in policing, intelligence and counterterrorism because that was available. I was really passionate about the Middle East. My father was just obsessed with the Middle East. Lawrence of Arabia was his favorite film. He was a cinephile. He started the cinema club at his university back in the 1960s. And we had thousands of movies at home. So I grew up around cinema. And so Lawrence of Arabia was like a big thing in our household. So we just really passionate about the Middle East, and there were a lot of conflicts, of course, in the Middle East. And my plan was, to join the police and become an intelligence officer and work in the Middle East. Then I decided policing wasn't for me and became a journalist, which was originally also part of the plan, more of a realistic plan. Went to the Middle East, did some reporting, met my husband. My husband was a photojournalist. This was during the Arab Spring. He received an award for Al Jazeera for his coverage of the Egyptian Revolution. And so we would attend, various demonstrations. It was a really exciting time. Coincidentally, his best friend is Libyan, and I just happened to share a taxi with one of the heads of Libya's first non-state-owned television network, and this was in Qatar. So a lot of the Libyan exiles went to Qatar because the Qatari government was funding the opposition to Gaddafi. I interviewed for the job because they needed someone to manage the English news, both broadcast and website, but mainly web. And I got the job. And it was probably the most exciting time of my life. Met some really amazing people, had some really hairy situations. Like when we attended a demonstration in Egypt, I got captured by the police. And then there was this massive riot, like the protesters were shaking the barricades so the police would release me. When I was in Bahrain, there was also the uprising there. I had to negotiate with a driver that I didn't know to go to someone who was in opposition of the government. I met with like the head of the interior security. They confiscated my passport. I could have been imprisoned at any time, but I just had my wits about me. I was having an adventure. I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Nothing scared me at the time. I was like, oh my God, this is so fun.
You're in that invincible phase.
Yeah. I was like, yes. Actually, and I also joined the Army Reserves as well. So I had, basic military training. But I got told during military training that I was the worst soldier that they ever had. But I helped them win the Kapuka Cup.
Yeah.
So we won the Kapuka Cup because I was brave,
There you go.
Nice.
but the worst soldier. So
It's all right. We've got to be good at something.
yeah. I was a fucking shit soldier. Got to tell you that. And yeah, so lived and worked in the Middle East for quite some time, and then we decided, my husband and I, that we just didn't want to, have a family over there because the political situation was so unstable. Where we were living, actually, we lived in two different parts of Cairo. So we lived on the outskirts in like a compound called 6th of October, which was named after the 6th of October war between Egypt and Israel. Anyway, so we lived there. That's about 30 kilometers, I think, ish from Cairo Central. And at night time, there would be just like rebels just in Land Cruisers, just driving around shooting their machine guns into the air. It was just really, really lawless. And this was before the time that the Muslim Brotherhood were elected. When I say elected, I want to say undemocratically, because there's a lot of poverty in Egypt. And if you know those regions, you know that you can buy a lot of votes by giving rice and by giving, basic food necessities, all those kinds of things.
Bribe their way in.
Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, we decided that we didn't want to live under the Muslim Brotherhood, and we came to, we did all the, paperwork, and husband migrated to Australia. He worked for SBS Arabic for a while. I got pregnant, and then there's not really much of a career for Arabic-speaking journalists in Australia. There's not really much hardcore hitting news for a photojournalist that's used to reporting on wars. So he decided he was always, really, really bright and technical, and can repair anything. And, he can, bomb making, of course, part of the skill being an Arab. That's just a joke. But he could make one if he wanted to, I'm sure.
Definitely not doing this podcast at my house.
I read the Anarchist Handbook, and I know how to make some bombs too. So
there you go. So if you're technical, you can make anything. You can print anything. And so he.
But I'm not going to, just in case.
Yeah. Algorithm. We're just
Fucking bot picks up on
FBI,
that.
AFP.
Yeah.
They were just words that were put out there. It's like when you're taking a. Have you ever done one of those ones where you've taken a dump? You say, "Mate, I'm dropping a bomb," and you go, and you follow it up with a "Sorry, FBI man, I'm just doing a poo."
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite one that I learned about was the light switch, the light bulb bomb.
Wow.
And turning on the light switch and using that as the igniter to blow up the bulb. So when someone walks into the room,
I'm sure my husband could.
yeah,
could make that.
pretty easy.
Yeah,
Pretty easy.
yeah. I mean, I'm not technical, so I
I would expect him to chime in on some comments and saying, "Well, this is how it would be done."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
he would.
I
He would.
want to booby trap this place for my kids.
Yeah.
They're scared.
Yeah, he's one of those people that watch a movie and ruins it because he's like, that can was facing that direction.
Oh, that's what I do.
Yeah, he's like, he can spot a mistake anywhere.
Yeah.
Like the Egyptian MacGyver.
He is.
Yes.
That's exactly what he is. He
Yes.
can repair anything. And so he retrained in cybersecurity. So
sweet.
Okay.
is a public servant, loyal public servant.
Yeah, nice.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him.
so, yeah.
Finding a new pathway in
Yes.
breaking away from what he's
Yes.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll just rewind back to like when you were like in some of these conflicts in the Middle East, like as a foreigner, like being
Female foreigner
a
too.
female
Was that
foreigner,
a big deal over there, being a female?
caught up in that kind of atmosphere. Like, what was that really like? Like, just walk us through that kind of feeling. Like,
I'm trying to work out whether
because
it's
that's not really something that a lot of people ever get to experience, right?
Yeah,
So
look,
just when I said female foreigner, I just meant like, is it the same as if you were like in like Iraq or Afghanistan? You know, they look at women and go, oh, you know, you can't be doing that. Is that?
no. So, I mean, it's different. I mean, I didn't go anywhere to, I didn't go to Libya. I had the opportunity to, but it was very, very dangerous at the time, and the
Okay.
threat of kidnapping was significant.
Oh.
But so I was based in Qatar, and that was a very, very eye-opening experience. Not in the sense of cultural differences, in the sense that we all lived together. So myself, the only Westerner, the Libyan opposition figures, some of them significant opposition figures that were very, very high-ranking within the former government who defected or were in opposition, in exile overseas, in somewhere like Paris or London, that came to work for the channel. And so it was us, so myself, the Libyan opposition, the South Sudanese Justice and Equality Movement, the GEM, so the Janjaweed, the opposition in South Sudan, because Darfur peace accords were being held in Doha, in the Qatari capital. And also, who else was there? That's right. I also got to witness the Israeli Charlotte prisoner exchange. So where 30 members allegedly of Hamas were released, or Palestinian prisoners were released in exchange for one Israeli soldier. They essentially got off the plane and came and lived with us. And I'm 100% sure that the current commander of Hamas was one of them at the time. I'll never forget his face.
Yeah, wow.
All right.
We all lived together, and I remember this one night, this one evening, where myself and his name was Hassan Satur. Satur means cleaver. His name was the cleaver.
That's a nice friendly name.
Yeah, Hassan Damish.
Sounds like a really nice guy.
He's
meet the
really
cleaver.
he was amazing guy, an artist.
With the knife.
Yes, he unfortunately, because in Libya it's a conscription army, so as soon as he served in the military, he left. As soon as Gaddafi came into power, he went to London. He was a cartoonist, so a political satirist. He was wanted by Gaddafi for his, political cartoons. And anyway, we became best friends. He was, really into jazz music. He would have weed smuggled in.
Time to be alive.
Sometimes there would be smoking, talking about art and Prince and all of these kinds of things. It was amazing. It was a great time. Good times. The Marines even got weed into Qatar. It was who would have thought?
It's like-
Anyway,
Well, what they
It's
should
like
have done
where
is
they'd
just
have hookahs and stuff. wouldn't
they
they?
should have just
Yes!
driven over. They should have just flown over, just burning it all up and putting it in. No one's going to start a
And
war high.
and it
Yeah,
was so
that's
funny
right.
because the Taliban opened their office too when I was there. So it was like a legitimate organization. Anyway, so one night we were there in the courtyard smoking shisha, Hassan and I, so the Libyan cartoonist, and this high-ranking member of the South Sudanese Liberation Army comes up to him, sits next to us, and knows that he's a person with influence. And he's like, I want you to see if you can buy 20 Land Cruisers. And I'm like thinking nothing of it. I'm like 23 and I'm like, what? Yeah, whatever. And they're just having a chat, and he's having a big laugh, and he's like, yeah, sure, man, wait, whatever. And then the guy goes off. And then he says, you know what he wants the Land Cruisers for? And I'm like, he just wants cars. He said, well, they're not allowed Land Cruisers. They're not allowed to import Land Cruisers into places like Sudan because they'll mount them with machine guns.
Oh.
They're using it for an offensive.
Oh, shit.
So they were trying to plan a war at that particular time. And he's like, I don't want any part of it because that's exactly what they're doing. So going back to that, I never had a situation where I felt like I really, really needed to cover. The Gulf is a very multicultural, modern place. Egypt as well. I never really felt unsafe, to be honest. I felt more safe in the Middle East because the penalties are so severe. Like, I'll be honest, I also worked in Kuwait, and I was invited to attend an execution.
Oh wow.
Did you bring a cheesecake?
No. So I was working for the Kuwait Times.
Yeah,
That was
fucking hell.
that was fun times. Copy editing the crime news. Occasionally, it would be like foreign nationals found in a car. The car was found to be rocking from side to side.
Oh god.
Far out.
So anyway, because they can't report crimes that locals or nationals do because the communities are so small
Okay.
and everyone's connected, so they can only report on crimes done by foreigners.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't even remember what I was saying, but when I worked
Execution.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So when I worked for the Kuwait Times, I was working with a Syrian photographer, and he became my best friend. And he was in opposition of the Assad regime. Brutal regime. And anyway, he told me, he said, look, if you attend an execution, he said, I've attended quite a few of them back in my country. I would advise you not to go, because once you see someone executed, you'll never be the same again. I'd advise you not to go. So I didn't go. So I haven't, thank God, seen a public execution.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'd go either.
No, yeah, it's
No.
not really something they want to bring popcorn to.
No,
and-
it's not something I think I'd need to see.
no.
Nah. Just a quick yes or no question, because you lived in Egypt.
Yep.
Like strictly yes or no. Okay.
Yep.
Did aliens build the pyramids?
Oh, I've heard.
No. Yes or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll just move on from that.
You know,
Because it's a contentious subject.
you know who we're gonna get. I know who I'm gonna ask that question to when they come on.
I've seen a lot of arguments over that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, how do they do it
No,
to the stars?
No, we'll just leave it at that. Because
Well,
it's,
you asked a question to
Yes.
an ADHD. Sorry, an ADHD person. I'm going on tangents. All right.
no, it was a yes or
No,
no
no.
question. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. All right. Yeah, because everyone's got their own theories, right?
No,
And so-
I don't have one.
No,
I don't have a theory. I'm a fence sitter.
I know you're a fence sitter. You mention it a lot.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Okay, so when you've come back from your sort of excursion, journey, quest,
Yep.
Adventure,
Yep.
in the
Side
Middle
quest.
East,
Yep.
what have you then come back home?
Yeah, so I came back
Were you
home.
originally always from Moreton Bay, or you?
No, from Sydney. I'm
Sydney
a
originally?
Northern Beaches girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Proudly Northern Beaches. Got
And
a
then
bad reputation.
when
but-
you came back, did you go back to Sydney, or did you move straight up here? or-
Yeah, we went back to Sydney.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, my father also had a rare cancer, but he passed away. We lost the family home because he was sick over a 10-year period, and we had to constantly remortgage the house. So Mum lost everything. And so we didn't have anything to go back to. He actually died, unfortunately, when I was working for the Kuwait Times. I just had this feeling. I didn't hear from him for a couple of days, and I felt like something was wrong. And that's when I found out that he died, and I had to rush home. And anyway, so long story short, after working in the Middle East, went to Sydney, lived in Cogra, beautiful multicultural community. Loved it there, but price of, to buy a house, you can't. Like, you need to have family money to be able to afford to live in Sydney. And I've always loved the hot weather, and because I lived in Cairns before and
Okay.
went to police academy in Townsville, I wanted to go back to Cairns, and I did for a while. But husband doesn't like the heat, of course, being from Egypt. I know it sounds weird. But he always dreamed that he would be living in Germany.
Okay.
He loves the cold. But I was just like, I can't, we can't buy in Sydney. Let's move up to Queensland. And so we did. And then unfortunately, he quit his job, and then working in cybersecurity, there weren't many opportunities at the time. This was almost 10 years ago. So yeah, about
Really?
10
years ago?
Ish ago, where we first moved up to Moreton Bay. And we lived there for a couple of years. Then husband got a job with the federal government, as did I. So we moved to Canberra for 5 years. And then after that, at the end of 2022, then we moved back up to Moreton Bay. Yeah.
What were you doing for the federal government?
Yeah, so
If I can ask.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You
so,
can
yes,
divulge.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So consulting, so in the areas of communications and change management.
Okay.
And so I worked within background checking, and background checking is essentially an area where you look at establishing someone's identity. You're making sure that someone who is who they say they are. I know it sounds pretty dry, but I think it's really, really interesting work.
I reckon it'd be an awesome job,
So
man.
is the government just like identifying people without them knowing, or
No,
Hey,
not
And
like that.
These,
And
these are
identi-
people
and-
who are needing their identity confirmed
Yeah.
it
So
like-
to get through certain things.
Yeah. So is it like you looking for people who are coming in like legally, or are
Yeah.
you looking for people who are also like, terrorist cells that could
a
be coming
number
in?
of things.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
so-
cover like
A whole broad thing.
Yeah, rightio.
Yeah, so I'll explain it. So there are different kinds of background checks. So just getting into it. So there's the AGSFA, the defense security check that you would get if you're a government employee or if you're a member of the Defence Force. So defence sponsors you, you get a different clearance, and there are different kinds of levels depending on the level of information or the access to information that you need. Whether you need, need to access sensitive information all the way to top secret information. So different levels of clearances. And then there are things like suitability clearances where it's not like a defense clearance, so it's not as high level, where it's just pertinent to the job. Where I worked for the federal government, I won't say where it was a different kind of clearance, but for different schemes. So we looked at aviation and maritime, major national events. So for instance, if someone was working as a dock handler or what do you call it, a wharfie, or a pilot, or someone working at the tarmac at Virgin Airport, for instance, they need to have a security card to access the plane or the tarmac, or sensitive areas of the airport, to make sure that they're not a national security risk or they have any links to serious or organised crime.
Yeah.
So
what a
it's
job.
yeah, so it's really, really interesting because there are essentially 3 pillars of identity. So the first one is your life story. The second one are your identity documents, and the third are your biometrics. So all those 3 things combined create who you are.
Gonna have 100 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Show us your
Exactly.
Medicare card, please.
Yeah. So it's just fascinating because I've always been fascinated about people. That's what attracted me to journalism and psychology and conflict resolution. Just people, because I think people are so interesting. And I think given the opportunity like you're doing now, people open up. It's a natural instinct. People want to talk about themselves. And so I was, tasked with creating a number of different communications campaigns. I got to work on the submarine program. I got to work on, a variety of different programs that I'm very, very proud of in the service of our nation. And I got to even create one of the first podcasts that was on background checking, called The Trusted Insider, because essentially the background checks were to mitigate the risk of trusted and malicious insiders. So I don't know if you know what a trusted insider is. So a trusted insider is anyone within an organization who has access to information. And a malicious insider is someone who uses that information to their advantage. So maliciously, but there's also if they do it by accident. So spilling information by accident, accessing a Wi-Fi network unsecured.
So kind of like insider trading.
Yes, that's one of them. Yep, correct. So that's a malicious insider.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's also someone, for instance,
Whistleblower.
Yeah.
whistleblower. Yep, that's a trusted insider because they've got access to sensitive information. So it's really to mitigate the risk of trusted and malicious insiders. And I created a whole podcast series based around that for different industries.
So you
Yeah.
had your own podcast.
I created it for a federal department.
Ah.
Yeah, I lined up all the guests, created the concept. Yeah, so it was a really successful podcast.
You didn't tell us that.
Hang on. A light bulb moment just went.
Yeah.
We could have our 5th member,
Yeah.
a female member of the Real Talk No Bull.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so I loved it. I love media. I love intelligence. I love finding things out about people. I love the psychology of, human behavior. I just love the why people do things. Because sometimes it's so important to find out the why.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Ah, interesting.
That's an awesome life you've lived.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so
so
essentially,
awesome, man.
And we're only halfway.
Oh, no.
We're only halfway through.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so when my oncologist said, look, I'm sorry, you're terminal. There's nothing I can do for you. I said, well, I'm available for political assassinations. You just give me a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
That's right.
I'll have it done.
Yeah.
I'll be your scapegoat.
Yeah.
I'll get
the
some
thing-
free meals out of it.
I'll be a kamikaze pilot.
Yeah,
Well, the
that's
thing
it.
is, you could be like an assassin spy because you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
I could totally.
You know some of the
Smiling
intricacies
assassin.
of all things.
I'm very much a boring suburban mum, I've got to admit. I love my
Yeah,
baking.
but that's what they want. That's what you want us to think. That's what they want.
Yeah, what's the movie with Angelina Jolie?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah,
That's
there
what I
you
was
go.
thinking too, yeah.
Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, and you secretly, you and your husband are trying to kill each other and rekindle your relationship.
Wow. Yeah.
What a way to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll digress.
I can't say I've seen the movie, but I know of them.
It's
I
a
saw
fun
I saw
movie.
about 3/4 of it and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know
It's
how it
what
ends.
you expect.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they don't kill each other and they fall in love again.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the ending.
I find action movies hard if they're not old school ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Steven Seagal, Van Damme.
Yeah.
The glory days.
Oh man. hard out.
Steven Seagal.
I still watch Bloodsport. Like,
That's all he does. Steven Seagal.
one of my
Where do you
favourite.
sit on the Chuck Norris fence? Because he's just disappeared.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one.
Texas Ranger. Walk
Texas Ranger. Doesn't need a gun to kill
Oh
you.
man.
Do you remember Good Guys Wear Black?
I don't know.
Oh,
Not
never
sure.
mind.
Is that what Rick Thorne's band's name is? Good Guys in Black?
Do you remember? Good
Do you know?
guys. Good guys wear black. Good
Anyway,
guys in black.
it was just like our second
Yeah.
show we did.
Oh,
It was
okay.
He's a famous BMXer and he had a
Oh, that's
band.
awesome.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that was his. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And so, when did you find out that you had this cancer? Was it like passed down through your genes because it's kind of like what your dad had?
It sounds like it, but completely unrelated. Both
Yeah.
rare cancers. Just we won the cancer lottery.
Yeah.
That's what my oncologist said.
Well, it's one of these things that doesn't discriminate.
no,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
You know, and that's the hard part about it because
Yeah.
it's kind of like you could be the healthiest person around, you could still get cancer, or you could be, a smoker your whole life and not get cancer.
It is
Exactly.
luck of the draw, isn't it?
it's
It
really
is
luck of the
100%.
So
Yeah.
I can't imagine the feeling
Yeah,
of being told that
yeah,
you've got a terminal.
Especially after everything you've been through,
Yeah,
like
I know.
you've been through war-torn situations in the Middle East, and you've reported on all this
Kidnappings,
stuff. And
dangerous shit, and
you
then
know,
this
like-
is what got thrown your way. Like,
Yeah.
do you think? Well,
yeah.
how did that make? Like, how do you respond to something like that? And do you think what you've been through
Mm-hmm.
and what you've seen and how you've dealt with stuff overseas,
Yeah.
did that play a big part in how you processed and dealt with it? Like,
I would say probably witnessing my dad, who was an excellent clinical psychologist, going through cancer treatment. He would have a surgery, and as soon as he's well enough in the hospital bed, he would be on his phone counselling his patients. And seeing that over a 10-year period from the age of when I was 14 to 24, that helped me deal with it the way that I did. I worked throughout my entire cancer treatment because we had no option. We had no family money. My husband's family in Egypt they're not from money. I've always had to work really, really hard. But luckily, I had a really good employer that, started a fundraiser with Rare Cancers Australia, and they raised money. And so when I did need to take time off for my surgeries, I was able to do so because I didn't have insurance. And because I was just too young. I didn't think about those things. Anyway, look, the first time I got that news when we saw the surgeon after I had my chemotherapy. Okay, going back, we're in Canberra. I don't know what was happening that night, but I think my husband went and saw his friends, and I ate a massive omelette that was full of like Turkish sausage.
Yum.
It was so good, but I ate like so much of it. I was really, really skinny. I was like maybe like almost 30 kilos less than what I am now, but I was super tiny. And I thought that I had indigestion the entire night because I had this massive like boom, 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 boom for hours throughout the night. I was like, this is really, really weird. And then I just couldn't sleep. And then before I went to work, I just took some Panadol and I went to work. And I said to my husband, I was like, I just don't feel right today. Something's a bit off. Went to work and I still was in pain. And then the pain became worse. And by 10 a.m. I was like, I've got to go. And so I was just like driving the car with one hand on my chest and drove myself to the GP clinic, and then almost collapsed at the GP clinic. My temperature was almost 40 degrees. The GP called an ambulance. The ambulance picked me up. And the funny thing was, the ambulance pulled up. The GP clinic was opposite my daughter's daycare. So my daughter saw me on the stretcher in the ambulance, but didn't know what was going on because she was too young.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
lucky.
I didn't want to call my husband because I didn't want to cause him alarm. So it wasn't until hours later when I got seen by the doctor in emergency, when the doctor came in and got a chair and sat the chair down after I had an x-ray and said, is there someone that we can call? Because we've found a massive mass in your chest. And it was, I'm not joking, 30 centimeters.
Whoa.
It was encapsulating my heart. So I've had the sac around my heart removed. I've had most of my left lung removed. I've got an artificial diaphragm made out of raincoat material. And so when they opened me up, they stopped counting at 35 tumours. Wow. Super rare cancer. Anyway, I didn't have an occurrence for 14 months, but then it spread to my spine. And then luckily I got operated on before I lost the ability to walk and lose bowel and bladder function. So then I had 4 vertebrae in my spine removed, replaced with metal rods. I can share the photos with you if you want.
Go for it.
It's if I have to find it on my
Oh, we can.
It's okay. You can send it.
I
Send
can
it
send it
through.
through.
We can-
Yeah, I can
Quick
send it
flash.
through. Yeah.
Quick flash on the camera.
So I've got these metal rods in my spine, like had a spinal fusion, had 2 ribs removed, then had radiation. I've had so many different chemo regimes. I've lost my hair 5 times. Obviously this is a wig, but I do have hair underneath because they've reduced my chemo dose to 80%, because I was at 100% before, but I was losing my fingernails. I put on way too much weight and I was like, this is a bit of a shit quality of life. Like, I need to lose weight. I need to have fingernails. I need to grow some hair. I don't want to look like a walking thumb for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? It's like I look like a penis.
Yeah.
You know, I want to look like a woman, please.
Yeah.
And so my lovely oncologist, love her, saved my life. Dr. Lewin, love you. She just got promoted to full professor, so congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
And she's got an Order of Australia, and I watched that and got all teary. And anyway, so they reduced my dose to 80%. So I have chemo every week for the rest of my life, however long that is. And I just take every day as it comes. And I'm just like, life, as I said before, life should be an adventure. Find your vibe, find your tribe, right?
Yeah.
Just have fun. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, say yes. Don't say yes to everything. Like if someone says, let's go smoke crystal meth, you're not going to go and say,
Oh, what?
fuck yes. You know?
Oh, that was my answer. Yes.
You know, say yes to most opportunities. Like if your best mate goes, hey, look,
There's not a covenant here.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got 2 tickets to the Greek islands and we leave tomorrow. You just fucking say yes.
Is that
Sort out the
shadow-
details later.
Yeah.
You're gone. You know, so I'm just like, I live without fear, without regret. I say what I want. I try and not hurt people's feelings. I like to think that I'm a kind person. I get told I'm a generous person. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm just trying to paint a picture. You know, I like to give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, what are we here for?
Yeah.
Make it count.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
That's right.
don't be a cunt.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were having this conversation the other day about just having compassion
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
people.
exactly.
Being compassionate.
Exactly.
Like I give homeless people a lot of money.
Yeah, good.
And I really don't care what they're going to use the money for.
No, me either.
not
No.
your business.
I don't like. I know that by giving this guy $10, I know that he's not going to go to the Sally's and buy himself a shirt and then fuck off down the library and use $3 to fucking
He's
sit there
scoring,
on the
mate.
computer.
He's scoring.
And write himself up a CV and go and get himself a job. Like I'm a realist. I'm not. I know that that's not going to change
Yeah.
the world. He wants some smokes.
Yeah.
Or he wants a fucking beer.
Yeah.
Or he wants
Let
to-
him have some joy.
Yeah,
for 5
that's
minutes.
if
That's
that's
right.
what gives him his
That's right.
little bit of happiness.
Chances are he's probably just going to go buy some food.
Yeah,
'Cause he's probably fucking hungry.
yeah,
And but I always if I see someone sitting outside the shops, I always ask them if they need anything.
that's nice.
Do you
Yeah,
need
That's a good
toothbrush?
idea.
Do you need toothpaste? How are you sleeping? Do you need a pillow?
Yes.
All of these necessities of life. And if they say,
Exactly.
oh no, I'm good, I'm like, okay, well, I'll go buy some food. Oh no, I'm good for food. It's like, okay, that's sweet. Mate. Like,
exactly.
I'm not there to ask questions. I just
No.
want to help, and my kids say, oh, why do you do that? And it's like, well, because if you were in that situation, you'd want somebody to do it for you.
Exactly.
And so that's why I do it, And, but yeah, best being a good person, just try and be a
Yeah.
good person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not religious, but, you don't need to be religious to be a good person.
No.
Still follow the teachings.
Exactly.
Like, don't
yeah.
kill, don't
Yeah.
do all that
all
stuff. Just the
general,
standard shit
universal.
that
It's
anyone
just
should
standard shit.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
You know?
just standard shit about not being a,
Don't need
not being
fucking.
a cunt.
Don't
Yes.
need, yeah. Can that be
Yeah.
our title for the episode? Don't be a c word,
I like it. Yeah.
or don't be
we
a
might
don't
have
be.
to-
I was stealing.
Don't be a see you
find your
next
vibe,
Tuesday.
Find your tribe.
Yeah, I like
Find
that
your
one too.
tribe, Find your vibe.
And I think don't be a
Yeah.
cunt's catchier.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
can't put that on a header on YouTube.
Can you put the little "Don't be a C" asterisk UNT?
We could say don't be a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Let's just do that. Don't be
Yeah.
a see you next Tuesday. Yep,
Yeah,
100.
yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I like it.
Executive.
Sounds good.
Okay. So now that we're
Oh, sorry.
there you go.
Sorry. What you said, I didn't answer your question, and I'm so sorry. I don't mean to
No,
interject.
that's all right. That's all right.
So what I learned from my dad is I'm very good at compartmentalizing.
Compartmentalizing. Please explain.
So when the first time when I got told when I saw a surgeon, I'm sorry, I can only give you a year or two. This was when I was first diagnosed and when I got told that they could operate. I was 31 at the time and had a 4-year-old daughter. I got that news and I had to just go back to work within 20 minutes and pretend like nothing happened.
Fuck, you went back to work.
Yeah. Had to make money.
Yeah.
No financial security.
Yeah, but how do you?
And I was just like, just put it out of my head. Work. And that's how I've always been because I learnt that from my dad and I learnt it from my mum as well. My mum, her father was schizophrenic. They were very, very poor, 6 kids. They in and out of, children's homes and homeless. And so I also learnt a lot of resilience from her because she would tell me stories of her childhood. So anyway, just had to deal with it. Just had to put my head down and work and think, I had my super and there was a thought of me like, if I kill myself, my family can get my super and there'll be no financial troubles. And I was, I thought that for a moment. And I think no one should think that way, like should have to feel that way. And so my work did a fundraiser and enabled me to take some time off and then go. I didn't take much time off, but I was able to go back to work. And then if I would have my chemotherapy, I could, take a day off here and there and go back to work, 2 days later or whatever. So I've always consistently worked throughout cancer treatment because it's a good distraction as well.
Yeah.
Because cancer is pretty shit. But yeah, I just think witnessing my dad go through it and knowing that I've got a family that I have to be strong for has helped me get through it. And life is not shit all the time. There are, glimmers. We say that psychologists say that we shouldn't be focusing on triggers. We should be focusing on glimmers. So there's little small moments in life that bring us joy. Yeah. And that's what I like to focus on, is I focus on one day at a time, because you never know. Like, I have more chance of getting into a car accident on the way home this evening than dying of cancer.
That's right.
Anyone could die. Like, I'll give you an example, and I'm sorry for talking so much.
No.
Back in
That's the show, mate.
Oh, thank you.
This
Back
is
in,
what it
Yeah.
back in Canberra, there was this woman that I met. She wasn't a close friend or anything, but I met her through a friend that had brain cancer. And she went through a divorce, and she was a single mum of 3 kids. And there was nothing unhealthy about her other than she was overweight. But then I got a phone call from my friend, and my friend said our friend's going into surgery. They found a tear in her heart and they have to operate on her. She didn't make it out of the surgery.
Oh.
And there were now 3 kids. She was in her mid-40s, 3 kids without a mum. And myself with, stage 4 thymus cancer, and my friend with brain cancer. Like, we didn't know her for that long, but we were the 2 with our husbands cleaning up the rental property so the new tenants could move in.
Oh, life just rolls on, doesn't it?
Yeah, like,
Fuck.
what the fuck? Like, no one expected that could happen. Like, you would think that the 2 friends with cancer would die before the friend that didn't appear to have anything wrong with her die, and then leave 3 kids without a mum. Yeah. That was really awful. And the thing that hit me the hardest was going through her fridge, the expiry dates of the things that were alive when she was dead. So weird.
Yeah. I'm not like. Yeah, that's a weird.
Yeah.
A weird thought, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often experience the same thing because I do cleanups of vacant houses for housing.
Yeah.
And when we go into a place, it's not often been vacant for very long, and you always wonder, did this person die?
Yeah.
And is that why they moved out? Because you can tell when somebody had been there for a long time, because there might have been a cabinet there and it's very dusty behind it and it's never been moved for the last 20 years, or you could see where the lounge had been set up for fucking eons,
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, did they die? And one time I had to go around to this vacant. The last thing that we do is put up the curtains, and I didn't do this vacant. One of my other workmates did, but I had to go around there that morning to put up the curtains.
Yeah.
And usually I have to drive a X amount of distance to these places. So I get there and I'm like, I bust in to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting down, going to the toilet. I'm like, yep, sweet. And then did my thing, and then got up and did the curtains and left. And then I went to the next job, and this guy who did that job was there.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, yeah, curtains done at that place. And he says, oh, yeah. He said, how did the, I said, oh, I had to go to the toilet. He says, oh, how did the floor look in front of the toilet there? Because there was the toilet, the laundry, and the kitchen. And I said, oh, yeah, no, it looked sweet. The floor was good. And he says, oh, they did a good job then. And I says, oh, why someone died there? He said, yeah, they died and they melted through the floor, essentially. And so I was like, awesome. So like 3 months ago, like somebody died there, and now I'm sitting here like pretty much like in the same place.
Taking a dump where the spirit is. Don't watch me. It's like a dog watching you.
Yeah.
They turned into that goo from like Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
yuck.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. And so yeah, sometimes it's
Didn't
like
Elvis Presley.
you just never know, and and a lot of the time I always try and ask the name, but what happened to the tenant? Oh, they've gone to hospice, or they've gone to a rest home or something. So it's got on it, or they died. So, okay. Yeah, but it's always it's hard cleaning up people's houses.
Yeah.
After that, but haven't had to do it to a friend, so that'd be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to process it myself. I did a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'd go blank.
I'm sorry, I do a lot of talking.
No.
I'm a bit of a yapper.
No.
It takes the pressure of us.
No, well, that's what having guests on our podcast is about.
I love it. I love having. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, this is
you.
really good.
Yeah. So let's move a little bit forward from getting cancer. So okay, you've got cancer. You're living with that. You're dealing with that.
Yep.
You've had some surgeries to remove some of the cancer and all that, and you're doing good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm on lifelong treatment.
Yep.
My doctor said, you are still terminal. There's nothing up my sleeve that can cure you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I just,
As long as it's not spreading, right?
it's being controlled at the moment. So that's what is, I don't like to broadcast it because it could change at any moment, as you know, with cancer.
Yeah. But for the now.
For the now, things are being controlled, and I just have my chemo every week, and
Fuck, that must take a toll on you.
I mean, the antidepressants are helping.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find that I have a really fulfilling life. I think that I'm happier than most people, to be honest.
Well, I suppose when
Man,
you're confronted with your own mortality,
Yeah.
right, you kind of like you wake up a little bit,
Yeah.
because you realise actually life is pretty short,
Yes.
and we can't take it for granted. It's
No.
like that age-old question, right? It's like, oh, how's it go?
Knowing if you're going to die.
If I gave you $1 million now,
Yeah.
would you take it? And you'd say yes. And then it's like, well, if I gave you $10 million, you'd obviously take it, right?
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like, if I gave you $10 million and said that you weren't going to wake up tomorrow,
Yeah.
would you take the $10 million?
No way.
Of course you wouldn't,
No.
right? And so it's kind of, it sort of makes you realize how important your life actually
Yes.
is.
Tell you what, mate, $10 million would be a wild last day.
It would. Hookers and blow.
Absolutely. I'm going out with a big bag.
Yes.
Man, I wouldn't even know where to find any blow. You'd spend the whole day looking for some blow.
No, I would
suppose it
broadcast
just-
the shit out
I
of it.
suppose you just had to go to kombucha.
You know what? Like my mum, when I was chatting to my mum, this is, years ago. I mean, a couple of things she said. She's like, you've lived a really full life. So, she wasn't saying like you can't be greedy. Like,
You've done well.
you've done well. Settle down.
Yeah.
But she's like, you've lived a really full life. I'm like, thanks, mum. I'm not ready to die yet,
Yeah,
but
there's still so much more to do.
Yeah, but I was like, had I not had a family, I think I would be, in Mexico on the beach, smoking a big fat one and just letting life take its toll.
Yeah.
Man,
Some Mexican pool boys.
Yeah, Pablo. No, that's not Mexican, is it? Juan.
Juan.
Jose.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I'm just sitting here and listening to you talk and your energy, and it's like, it's
Oh, thank you.
it's amazing. Like, I don't like the way you obviously you've handled it, and
Yeah.
fuck, like a lot of people would just be in the dumps, and just the energy that you walked in with here and the way you are now.
Oh, that's so lovely.
I mean it, man. That's
Well,
you're fucking obviously a strong and resilient person, man. Like that's amazing.
Let's segue that into
Resilience.
And now you are a resilience
yes, I'm a
coach.
resilience coach. So I help
Okay.
other people become resilient.
So you have a business.
I do have a business, and
Yeah.
I do apologize to the viewers and listeners that I have not been my professional self.
No, it's okay.
But I do like to be the unfiltered, as
Yeah.
my husband says, the rogue Lizzie.
Yeah.
He said, don't be the rogue Lizzie
No,
tonight.
no. We want the rogue Lizzie.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So plug your business.
Yep, plug it.
Yeah,
Plug it.
Sidelines Advisory and Consulting.
Okay.
So we do change management, so behavioural change, conflict resolution, so mediations, soon to do family mediations, restorative justice conferencing, so victor offender mediation. So, if someone's committed a crime, and if they want to meet the person and receive an apology or talk about how the crime has impacted them and make amends, I can run those conferences. I've applied for a government grant to actually work on making Moreton Bay a restorative city like Canberra. So I trained as a restorative justice practitioner in Canberra, which is a restorative city, which incorporates restorative practices, which means, so the tagline of restorative justice is crime harms, so justice must heal. If you
Okay.
think about it that way.
Yeah.
So crime destroys not just the person but the entire community.
Yep.
And so I've applied for a government grant to work with both First Nations and culturally, linguistically diverse groups to run a number of different conflict resolution services at low to no cost. Hopefully I'm successful, not sure, but we'll see. But I'll still do it anyway. So if anyone wants to be involved, I'd be, happy. And also mentoring as well. So helping people that are a bit lost in life, at-risk youth, setting them up with a mentor, with a coach to get them on the right path. Given my experience within national security and counterterrorism, de-radicalization programs, and, working very, very closely with the Islamic community as well. Running a number of different programs specifically targeted at at-risk populations that have either committed a crime or at risk of committing a crime, to help with social cohesion and community safety. So it's all about crime prevention and repairing relationships and creating opportunities as well. I've mentioned before the podcast that 3 out of 4 of my siblings, we're a blended family, have had contact with the criminal justice system. So I understand the discrimination that one has once they've entered the criminal justice system. And especially if you're a youth, once you enter the criminal justice system, it's very hard to get out of it. And I've actually very proudly been involved in, through the Queensland State Government Department of Corrections, the Men's Reintegration Program, which was a program that was designed as a wraparound sort of support for men before they leave prison so that they could be prepared to re-enter the community. And unfortunately, someone very, very close to me went to prison and didn't have that wraparound support, so they found it very, very difficult. So I'm sort of helping them navigate, getting a job. They're currently in alcohol and other drug rehab facility at the moment. So I'll be the unofficial sort of parole officer, so to speak, once they're in community and helping them, get a job and do those kinds of things. So I do like to help individuals, gain meaningful employment that have offender backgrounds and help set them up with employers that will give them a second chance.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things mean a lot to me because I have a real deep connection to that kind of work, given my family history. So that's what my business does. We do communications as well. I'm working with an Indigenous skincare company to try and crack into the Middle Eastern market with their branding. So that's really exciting. So we do a number of things, but the things that I'm most proud of are the conflict resolution. And I do a little bit of relationship coaching as well, because as we, as society moves on, there's a lot of disengaged partners, a lot of people with, technology addictions, and that technology addiction rolls into things like porn addiction, and that's a problem
Guilty.
in relationships as well.
Far out.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow, it sounds like a very involved setup you've got going
Yes.
there. Yeah, but
You-
it's amazing. It sounds absolutely amazing. So, talk to us about the resilience
Yeah.
coaching you
Yeah.
do. Like, what does that look like? Like, say I'm your client.
Yeah.
And I come to you and I need help with being more resilient.
Yeah, yes.
Is it-
So there's a number of different ways. So I can work with organizations, put together a seminar or, group coaching. So the first step would be like an assessment. So there's a resilience assessment that would look at your 6 domains. So things like your ability to collaborate with others, your tenacity, your vision. So do you have a strong vision, a sense of self, health, your reasoning, so your decision making, and your ability to have restraint and manage your emotions. So looking at all of those domains, and it will spit out, it's a self-report. So you would measure, how you view your ability to look at those different domains, and that would spit out a report. There's also another report that would look at the 5-factor model of personality. So, your agreeableness, your conscientiousness, you work well with others, all of those sorts of things. So it's all psychologically sound based on psychological science. It gives you an assessment. And then once we get that assessment, you would look at it, it would be confidential, and then we would come up with, a coaching plan. And the coaching plan is, I don't like to do quick and dirty, but I don't like to do long-term interventions either.
Yeah.
So I like to build it towards the needs of the client, because I think, like a psychologist, because I've done a bit of
Client-centered approach.
Yes, exactly. So, because coaching and therapy, I mean, it's different. It's similar in ways, but it's not therapy. I was training to be a psychologist, but given my diagnosis, it just doesn't make sense to divert the time for that. But it is an expensive exercise for, personal development. So we would come up with a number of sessions, maybe it's 5 sessions, maybe it's 10 sessions, where you can then build self-efficacy. You can look at having a better sense of self-identity, really harness your core strengths, areas of development. Say, for instance, you're at work and your employer sees that you're not coping in certain aspects. That would come out within the sessions, and we would look at addressing that. It's all depends on what you're willing to disclose in a session. Resilience impacts you in a number of ways, and I'll give you an example. In both the trusted insider and counterterrorism, it matters a lot, because when you peel back the story of someone, whether they've committed corporate espionage or espionage against their country, generally there's something that's happened in the background, some psychological shift. Maybe they've got a gambling addiction. Maybe their marriage is broken down. So there's some significant life event that's happened that's made them commit such an act, turn against their country, sell secrets to China, or whatever it is. There's been some identity crisis or personal crisis. Same thing within terrorism. So we found out that one of the Bondi shooters, the husband had a marriage breakdown, and his wife had didn't know about his terrorist activities. So there was that personal crisis, right? And just to let you know, and a lot of people say, why doesn't the Islamic community say something, or, take his body? And in the Islamic faith, when you kill an innocent human being, you're no longer considered Muslim. You're
shunned.
You're shunned. That's it. Fuck off. You're not our problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going back to the resilience coaching, if you're struggling in an area of your life, it generally has a flow-on effect to other areas as well. So if you're not resilient, maybe in your job, or your, boss notices that your productivity is slipping, it can be addressed in coaching, and it may come out that, you're having an issue within your marriage or something like that. And that's something that we can work on within the coaching sessions. Where it stops becoming coaching and delving into therapy, or where it's identified that a client needs therapy, I would then make the referral, because it's completely unethical for me to go beyond my boundary of expertise.
It's like if they said, "Oh, I'm having financial issues." It's like, well, you're not a financial advisor,
No,
so you can't speak on that.
no,
So
exactly.
you've got to
Guide.
refer them on to
Exactly.
somebody who can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as a coach and as a mediator, we're not there to give advice.
No.
We help the person self-actualize, make their own decisions, be empowered to make their own decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of what I'm learning at the moment.
Yeah.
Also
Exactly.
through my own coursework.
Yes.
Is there anything that anyone can, I wouldn't say self-diagnose, but is there something that, you see on Instagram, you people, if you SMS me this word, you get you can do your little test, or is there I wouldn't say warning signs, but is there, signs to see?
The thing is, anybody can look up a self-assessment form.
Yeah.
No,
So you can go online and you can say, look up an AOD self-assessment form, or
I think what I meant was is
something like that, and then you can go through the questionnaires yourself.
It's I guess it's more like, I'm just gonna say it. It's just for depression. Do you know if someone's got depression? These are the signs. Am I looking at resilience the wrong way here? Is it? do I need to
The
be more
ability to
resilient
cope.
or yeah,
The ability to cope. So with the depression, there's the DAS, the depression score.
Yep.
A GP can administer that.
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to administer that, but you know, if you feel like you're not coping as well as you should, if you feel like you've got a bit of a short fuse, you're just on the edge all the time, or maybe you just tear up. You know, if the smallest thing sort of sets you off, they're the sort of signs that you would look for.
What would be
Yeah.
what would be like your number one?
Braden's figuring out if he needs resilient coaching.
No, I said that before. I said, and that's the
Okay.
best part about this part, man. I get to ask questions that,
Yeah, oh, totally,
that
man.
this is what makes it fucking real because
Yeah.
I ask the questions
Yeah.
and because I'm open about all my shit.
Yeah.
That there is plenty of other people out there that if they wanted to ask this kind of question,
Yeah.
they're going to get a little bit of a tip or some advice. Like what would be a good practice, a breathwork strategy, or a fidget, or like what would be a good skill,
A good skill?
or a good coping mechanism, or a
I
little
mean,
tip.
there are so many things. I think, you know, practicing good.
They could start that someone could that someone could listen to this and go, okay, I'm going to try implement that.
Yep. Oh gosh, there are so many things. Gosh, I could give so many tips. I would say health is a big one. You know, you're practicing good sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good sleep regime, that's going to impact on your decision-making capabilities. It's going to impact on your ability to focus, make good decisions. It's also going to impact on your sex life, so your ability to connect with your partner. So many different things. So, you know, having good diet, good exercise, sleeping well. A sign that someone needs to work on resilience is probably sensitivity to criticism. If someone is really, you know, takes criticism to heart, is probably a sign that they need to work on their resilience, because they need to be able to take feedback or criticism gracefully. Sometimes maybe the feedback is not warranted. But I would say, you know, having good sleep is makes a huge difference. Having good relationships, investing in quality relationships, and staying away from people or distancing yourself from people that try and bring their dramas.
That don't serve you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll have 5 sessions, thank you.
I really don't know. I mean, there are so many things.
You're talking and I'm going tick, tick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And really just having some goals in mind.
Yeah,
You know, what you want to achieve. Having, you know, how many goals do you really want? You know, having something that you really want to achieve is, you know, important. You know, having a vision, a strong vision of who you are and what is it that you want.
Like an attainable vision.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to
And
be realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Has to be smart, as you know.
Yeah, like, you know, I want to be better looking than Brad Pitt.
Well, shave off this
Nah.
shit and you'll be all
You
right.
can if you use AI. So that is achievable.
Yeah, but how do I bring that into the relationship? I go, hey baby, I'm Brad Pitt. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah,
No, I'm not shaving this because you'll see all my chins.
it's all right. Just own it.
No, never.
I think I need a beard just to hide it.
No, don't be silly. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Resilience. Never really tried looking into something like that. I mean, with the sleep, obviously, just what would be a minimum? No,
I mean-
seriously, because it is. It would be, you know, what's the standard that people
Everyone
say?
says 8 hours.
8 hours.
But you know, I think it all depends on, you know, how you can optimally function.
Yeah.
You know, Barack Obama optimally functioned on 5 hours sleep. I'm one of those 5-hour sleep people.
5 hour.
You know? Yeah.
Have been for 20 years,
Yeah.
25 years.
If that works for you.
And I read that it's like a superpower.
Yeah.
It's like a natural human superpower that, you know, not a lot of people can, but a lot of people
No.
do.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, good on you,
yeah.
Mr. Hero.
Oh, yeah. That's right, mate. You ask my wife, I'm good at everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, you know, having good control of your emotions is a
Okay.
big one.
Tick.
Yeah. So not losing it. Not getting into, not losing your temper. Having that restraint.
Shut up,
is,
Dean.
is important.
Shut up. We all know who we're laughing at.
Being like a Gus Fring, from
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That real, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but he's fucking psychotic.
Man, I love Gus.
Yeah, that was a good character.
Yeah, I love Gus.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I need more sleep.
Yeah, maybe.
And you know what the other thing is? I keep hearing this word. It starts with E. Exercise.
Yes,
It seems to be a
exercise
common
is a big
trend
one.
through every person, isn't it? And I'm still yet to buy it.
Well,
You know what though? It doesn't. I mean, I really need to be walking the talk. But just gentle light exercise, every day it's that incidental exercise that's going to help you live longer. It's not the high endurance exercise.
no,
being
but
active.
We need
It's
to
just being
reach
active.
120?
120 BPMs, mate.
Yeah, but I've I've been going to the park every day
Yeah.
with the kids, and maybe that is making a bit of a
course.
difference going for that little
100%.
bike ride or that stroll,
100%.
I don't know if you've watched the Blue Zone documentary. It's the Blue Zones are places around the world where people live to 100.
Live to 100, yes.
Yeah, and they found that people that walk upstairs, so those cities that are built on hills, people live the longest. So just take the stairs when you go to Chermside instead of taking the escalator.
I love stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do extra laps of the backyard. Just little things make a huge difference. House chores, folding the washing, bending over and hanging up. That's exercise.
Oh,
Vacuuming.
don't tell Lara that.
Well, no, that's
Scooping the
what.
pool.
That's
Nah.
what, That's what. Wasn't that what Ryan was talking about, or Connor? That when you're watching a TV program and the ad break,
You're making your cuppa, do some squats?
You even just
Yep.
get a bag of rice and you do a couple of stand-up, sit-down, stand-up, sit-downs. Like,
I'll buy into it one day.
I think that was Connor. Eh? Yeah.
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 Yeah. ESMPT. Anyone looking up for a personal trainer? There you go.
But yeah, relationships are a big one. Because loneliness, as you know, is a killer.
Yeah.
Is the silent killer.
Yeah.
It's, having good quality relationships wards off depression, gives you satisfaction in life, makes you more productive. The relationship part of resilience is probably the most important.
Okay.
And then health, I would say, because our relationships give us the drive to then invest in things like exercise and health. We want to look good to be attractive to the opposite or the same sex or whatever, gender or whatever. So, investing in good quality relationships are extremely important.
I've learnt that of late,
Yeah, man.
how important that is it? Really?
And you'll be surprised. Like, once you invest in good relationships, it's kind of like a flow-on effect. It's like the 6 degrees of separation between Kevin Bacon, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Where you'll then meet someone who knows someone who knows someone who's like, oh, I've got a friend and they've got a super yacht or whatever it is, you end up getting opportunities that you wouldn't necessarily have because people see that you're a good person and then word spreads that you're a good person and then you meet other good people and then you become this, unstoppable force of excellent people.
Of goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of what you're saying is actually, I'm just going, as you're talking, I'm going back like where I'm at the moment and all the things that have played a part in like the last couple of months with where I've been working and like, maybe not loneliness, but like, connections and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It really does make it does make a huge difference because there's people in your lives that, that have always been there, but maybe the connection or that vibe or your tribe or
Yeah.
if you're not getting that right, it reminds me of this video that I saw where it was these kids at a baseball game
Yeah.
and it was this kid's birthday and all his friends were around him going, give the ball to him, that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself.
Yeah.
They want to lift you up.
Yes.
Yeah, and when
exactly.
you do, like I get that every day at where I'm doing this install at the moment. I've got 2 or 3 people that every day, as soon as I get into work, we seek each other out. Hey mate, how are you?
Yeah.
Are you doing good?
Yeah.
Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you this? Are you that? And
Well,
that is
it's also been an advocate for like not being tall poppy as
Yes,
well.
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
Like, you know, like
We're all just
if
humans.
one of your mates says they're doing something, like
Fucking celebrate it.
fucking celebrate
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Like, you know,
Well,
like
that was the video. It was
Yeah.
you put yourself, surround yourself with like these kinds of people that,
Exactly.
that want to see you fucking win.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what you
And-
want in life.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I've-
Yeah.
Like I
And-
said, this is all these
Yeah.
epiphanies and thoughts that have happened of late.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Nah, and I guess I'm quite fortunate to have been surrounded by a lot of that over the last 20
Yeah.
odd years.
Yeah.
Because I was big into the mountain biking scene,
Oh,
and there was a
awesome.
lot of progression, but it was because everybody was trying to help each other progress.
Yes.
lift each other up.
And
Yes.
it was like, because he did that jump, you want to do that jump. And when you do that jump, he's stoked that you did that jump because
Yeah.
now you're at that same level too. Now you can do the jump together.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, and then it's like now that you can do the jump, you're training the other guy
Oh,
to
that's
do the jump,
awesome.
and it's kind of like, and it was just all about that.
Yeah.
And even though like a lot of these guys, like I was competing against a lot of these guys and racing and stuff, we'd all kind of practice the tracks
Yeah.
together. We'd all try and seek out the best line. And then it was just kind of like, well, whoever rode it best wins. And it was like stoked,
Yes,
and it was like, and it was just really awesome. I loved that,
Because it's like in cycling. I don't know much about it, but I think what I picked up from my husband, because he was big into cycling, was that when you're part of a cycling team, you have this kind of formation because when the momentum goes, it creates, like as a team, you create this kind of
Yeah, like a-
aerodynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a road cycling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's surround yourself with the good people, and that's always what I've tried to do over the last sort of 10, 15 years. Sort of, I really sort of peeled back a few layers, and then it's kind of like just trying to surround myself with people who can utilize me, I can utilize them, we can
Yes.
get what we need from each other, and
Exactly.
and bring each other up.
If everyone just, like you just said, absorbs what you're picking up, what I'm putting down, vice versa, we're all going to be on the same, but kind of, wouldn't say even playing field, but like I just said before, we're all just humans, man.
Exactly. And you were saying in your last episode, everyone wants a slice of the pie. There's enough pie for everybody.
That's it.
right.
Or cheesecake.
Yes.
That's right.
Or
That's right.
cheesecake.
That's right. But yeah, so, well, anything else we need to touch on?
Yeah,
What's the future hold for
yeah.
Liz? What's the future hold? Where are you going with,
Oh,
with your
I
business?
don't know. Oh God. I don't even know. Oh, I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing after tomorrow.
Well,
I don't
tomorrow's
know.
Wednesday. So,
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
So tomorrow's treatment day, right?
No,
it-
tomorrow's my day off. So I have 3
lovely.
weeks on, 1 day off,
Oh,
and
cool.
I'm going to the Sunshine Coast because I might be speaking at a conference about corporate espionage or trusted insiders.
Yep.
So I'm going to find out about that tomorrow.
Yeah, cool.
Kind of my jam. And then I really don't know. I would like to do some travel, but I mean, obviously having weekly chemo.
How many people you have working in your little business? Is it just you, or is it a team?
So
or?
I actually have partnered with another organization that does really amazing videography.
Yep.
And they help with podcasting as well. Infography, I'll give you a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, cool.
Funnily enough, my mate Nick, my business partner, he is the brother of the keyboardist in Rufus de Sol.
Okay. Yep.
Yes, so yep. So my daughter, she's got autism, and he lovingly gave my daughter's support worker, who is Rufus de Sol's biggest fan, backstage passes to their latest concert.
Oh, man.
I didn't go because the week beforehand I went to Lenny Kravitz, and I'm a massive Lenny Kravitz
Was he good?
fan. Fucking most amazing concert of my
Yeah.
life. I took my brother. We had the full VIP experience. I maxed out my afterpay.
Well,
It was great.
yeah.
We had
why wouldn't
the
you?
pre-show VIP party.
Did you meet him?
No, but we saw the woman. Oh my god, we at the end of the show, right? We were like, what the fuck is going on? Because he was singing "Let Love Rule," right?
Yeah.
At the end, like he always does, and he goes in and hugs everyone. And my brother and I are like, what is going on there? Because he's getting like pulled. This woman like ripped 4 of his dreads
Ripped his
off.
dreadlocks out. How hard would she have had to
Lord.
rip them?
Fuck, and I was
Crazy
like,
bitch. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, and I'm like, oh, I won't. But
No,
yeah,
and he was such a good sport. He could have had her charged, but he was like, "Love you, Brisbane."
you should be lying in bed.
He is the coolest man ever. I
Mate.
swear to God, Lenny Kravitz, I love you.
Yeah, you know what? So do I. You're a spunk.
He is.
He is.
Fuck, man, have you seen him exercise? He's like 61.
He's 60, and he's in his leather pants and a you know that meshy singlet, and he's doing his workout.
And then Mark Latham's like, talking about how much hot shit he is. Have you heard? You know Mark Latham?
Yeah, but he's definitely not a hot shit.
No, but he's like, this is what a hot 60-year-old is like. And Mark Latham has been a cunt to me on social media. I told him I had terminal cancer, and he still was a cunt to me. So, hi, Mark Latham.
What ripped my undies? Let's take that away again. Fuck you, Mark Latham.
Yep. I've
Fuck
got
you.
the receipts.
Yeah. You've made 2, 3, 4 powerful enemies
I
now,
hope
mate.
you choke on an olive. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's maybe taking a little bit too far.
Not an olive.
Not an
maybe
olive.
maybe just choke a little bit.
Just a
Don't
little
die.
bit. Maybe edit that bit out. Or not.
Yeah.
But no, it was an excellent concert. He is amazing live. He could play any instrument. I love him as much as I love Prince. I was devastated when Prince died. So please God, don't take Lenny away. It was an amazing concert. I think Deftones are coming. I want to take my brother to see Deftones. Is it in May?
Chino. I don't know if it was May or it was around mid-year.
Yeah, I need to get tickets because my brother is a massive fan. And I also want to see Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, man.
But ODB, of course, is not going to be there, so it's not going to be the same.
But Method Man is.
His son's
But
He's the
his
best.
son will be
sorry, last story.
Oh, mate.
When I was 19, bit of a clubber, loved my hip hop. I went to the Grandmasters tour. Hi, GJ Muggs, if you're watching. I was
wish.
friends.
Yeah,
I got to party with the Jizza,
Yeah?
DJ Muggs, and Ghostface Killer. And I started to write for Soul Assassins on the website.
Yeah?
I kept in contact with DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill. Went to their concert underage at Canberra at the Roundhouse, I think it was called. Went to a few of their concerts, but became friends with DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill. Wrote for Soul Assassins website when I was like 19 to early 20s. Kept in touch. Went to LA. Got my first tattoo by Mr. Cartoon, who like tattooed Eminem. He was big in the hip hop scene. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. But I still have DJ Muggs on Facebook. Every now and then I might send him something.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. He's a real down-to-earth dude, DJ Muggs.
You should say, you
So
know,
hi, DJ Muggs, if you're watching Cypress Hill.
hi, DJ Muggs, where we need
When
some music. Hit us up.
Just a little side story there. When I first went into drug counselling when I was 25,
Yeah.
we had a whole session on triggers, and Cypress Hill was one of them.
Oh, to
and
want to
I-
have a joint.
And I had to stop listening
Yeah,
to
dude,
Cypress Hill
yeah.
Do you
because
want to
it
smoke
was-
another owl?
Oh, man.
And because it was a massive trigger for
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
And so it was like, because I had always, like, I started smoking weed when I was quite young.
Yeah.
But I'd been listening to Cypress Hill since I was like 8 years old,
I was
like
such a
9 years
Cypress Hill
old.
fan, yeah.
And yeah, so I had to quit Cypress Hill at the time as well.
2 drugs.
And, and
Oh my God.
yeah, I subsequently only lasted 10 months with that sobriety, but
Yeah.
that was okay because I'd given up for other people's reasons, not my
Yeah.
own. But yeah, that was so whenever I would hear Cypress Hill, I would always think trigger.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Yeah. But it
Can you
was-
listen to Dr. Green Thumb now?
Oh yeah,
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm good because I'm nearly 3 years clean off weed,
Yeah.
and nothing would take me back now.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah,
Good times.
no, it's good times. Good times.
I wanted to ask when you were talking about cybersecurity, did you stop anything from like coming to fruition, or did you don't just yes or no, if you can. Your silence says it all.
I'm going to think how much I can reveal. I will reveal something.
Oh, yeah.
It's juicy.
Ooh, can you reveal it though?
I can reveal
Okay,
it.
okay,
I'll
go for it.
reveal it. Okay, so You can search this up. This is an exclusive. But when I was in
Love an
Egypt,
exclusive.
I made friends with someone very controversial that I knew would be a problem. And this person got beaten up. They were a sheikh a self-styled sheikh. Anyone can say that really, because there are no standards in Australia, which there should be. I can touch on that in another podcast episode. But long story short, they were an Australian who worked for an Egyptian channel. They got beaten up by the Egyptian staff for trying to recruit for ISIS and spread their extremist ideology. I kept in touch with that person because I knew that there would be a problem, and I was, keeping it on a very friendly basis. And anyway, years passed and that person contacted me and we kept in touch. And they went to the Philippines, and then they tried to escape Australia, and they were on the watch list in a tinny. I think you know this story.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, I alerted the authorities about this person. This person turned out to be Musa Antonio, who was one of Australia's biggest ISIS recruiters. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I told the Cairo embassy back in 2011 that there was this guy and he was going to be a problem.
And
I knew it.
and you kept in touch, and then you foiled his plans.
I don't know. I told the authorities and they said, do not make further contact.
Ooh.
He got arrested, went to prison. He's not an extremist anymore.
Reformed.
Musa, sorry. If you want to work on a de-radicalization program, the door is open.
Wow, what a collab that would be. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Far out.
So it's just, very interesting times, because my mum lived up in Cairns, and I think at that time he wanted to find out how I could help him get to Syria from Cairns.
Fuck. Yeah, you got a whole world to travel there, mate.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal.
Yeah, so I'm going to be running over the next few months a de-radicalization program. De-radicalization is not just specific to the Muslim community. It could be anything, white nationalism.
That's right.
If you do not have a strong sense of identity, you are prone to being radicalized, as you know. You are prone to being recruited by any kind of gang because it offers you a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can touch upon that later.
I was a part of a gang.
Oh, were you? What's that say?
Undercover alcoholics.
Oh.
Yeah, there was only 6 of us.
I'm sure the parties were great.
Yeah. There you go.
But it's
Probably
been,
not the gang we're referring to, but
I know.
Yeah.
I just had to shoe on it.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
but I now live a very pedestrian suburban mum life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
people watch
nice.
out though. They're gonna see you and they're gonna be like, "Oh, is she profiling me? Is am I on a watch list?" Yeah, wow,
No, awesome.
man, you got some stories, eh?
I do. I have many more. So, but I could
Yeah,
talk your ear off.
Dude,
and
we're
I know
gonna
you
have to
need
do a
sleep.
part.
Yeah, we're gonna
part
have to
two,
do a
man.
part two.
Absolutely lock you in.
Thank you.
Fucking
down
oath.
the line, yeah,
I-
for sure. Because I don't feel like we're finished.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna. There's more.
Yeah,
there's
I think
more.
there's more.
Rogue Liz.
But we'll keep
Yes.
we'll keep the viewers in anticipation.
Guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For more
like-
with Liz. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. it's-
Can always have my husband as well. He's got some stories.
Love.
We can
love
do it.
him.
We can do
Love
a
it.
2-for-1.
We can, but
love it.
I think it's probably better if it's separate,
Yeah,
because he'll want
no.
me to tone down my language.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, we can't have that.
That's
Nah.
awesome.
Nah, we've got to have
Now
Rogue
we
Liz.
know who you are.
Yeah.
The Rogue Liz.
Yeah.
That's what we want back.
Yeah. Well, Liz, it's been nice.
It's
having
been
you on.
fantastic.
It's been fantastic.
No, thank you.
Thanks so much for reaching out and yeah, thanks.
It's been a pleasure, but I really hope we get a sweet dartboard next
I reckon
time.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's.
We're not going to tell the listeners too much.
Yeah.
But we've got our new logo. We're rebranded
Yeah.
for this year. So
Yep.
there's a lot of rebranding going on within the RTMB
And
camp.
you're having a coin made, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I do like that idea, man. I reckon we can do something like that. There's lots of people out there that would just be good. Oh, here you go, man. Yeah, good on you. 1 week, 2 weeks. An unofficial keychain. You did mention keychains before.
Yep. Yep. All right, Liz. Thanks so much.
No, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Ah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. And remember, guys, if you like what we do, like, comment. I'm going to drop Liz's links in the comments. So if you want to get hold of her and her company, you will be more than able to do so. And again, if you want us to talk about anything, if you got anything you want to bring up, if you like anything that you heard tonight, if you got questions for Liz, jump in the comments, drop them down below, and we will get those forwarded to Liz. And
Just don't be a cunt when you're on there.
yeah,
Yes,
and the
number
words
one
of
rule.
Liz,
Yep.
don't be a cunt.
Yep.
All right. Good night. Peace.